Last few weeks for the Chicago Bears, and we'll see what he does today against Minnesota. We'll have a close look at that game as we continue. And then tonight we got the Lions and the Eagles in prime time. Might be the game of the day, and it comes tonight. The defending Super Bowl champs, they're 7-2, tied for the best record in the NFC, and they've already beaten the Chiefs and the Rams and the Bucs and the Packers, the most wins against teams that have at least 5 wins this season. But they scored a season-low 10 points Monday night. And all week, as usual, the talk was all about A.J. Brown.
It's not about we're not winning or I don't care about winning. All I care about is stats. No, it's been week after week sometimes we're not contributing. We're not doing our job on offense. So you can't just keep slapping the Band-Aid over that. And if you expect to win late in the year and you think you're going to go to it at the end of the year, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You know, and last year what it was, thank you for the ring. But it's a new season.
His frustrations have been voiced after wins on multiple occasions now. Are you good with that?
We got the Detroit Lions, so I'm gonna definitely put a halt to that. I think the more we drive that, the more of a distraction it becomes.
Yeah, guys, I'm close to being done answering these questions with this. Like, he's working hard, and he is a big part of this game plan, and it'll be a big part of the game plan going forward. And he's working like crazy when he's here, and I'm excited to have him.
So that's the quarterback and the coach saying they're tired of talking about it. Here's Sal Paolantonio, who's always talking about it in Philadelphia. Sal, what can you add on what's going on with A.J. Brown this week?
Well, what you didn't see, Michael, and what you didn't hear was a very unusual thing happened on Thursday at practice. Highly unusual. A meeting on the field between A.J. Brown, the disgruntled wide receiver, and team owner Jeffrey Lurie, facilitated by Chief Security Officer Dom DeSandro, who is also an assistant to the general manager and in charge of coaching game day operations. So DeSandro goes over and talks to Lurie on the sideline at practice and then motions for A.J. Brown to come over. And there are 3 things that you can take away in the details that I've got from this meeting, which was first reported by NBC 10 in Philadelphia. Number 1, A.J. Brown pledged to the owner to cut down on the number of social media references he has to the team's offense, basically tone it down. It was a very amicable meeting. A.J. Brown was contrite. At one point, Jeffrey Lurie said to his wide receiver, "You don't have to apologize to me." Again, very friendly and very amicable. The two of them hugged after about 10 minutes, and then A.J. Brown went to practice. Now, 3 items of perspective here. Number 1, Michael, I've been covering this team for 33 years and been around the NFL. I've never seen anything like this, where a player unhappy has a meeting with the owner on the field during practice. You hear a lot about private meetings. In fact, Jeffrey Lurie has dinners with Dom DeSandro and players at Jeffrey Lurie's house many, many times to talk over issues. Nick Sirianni talked to the offensive line last year about getting the running game going. This team does a lot of talking, but this is the first time I've seen this on the field. And then the talk in town, a lot of it is about, hey, A.J. Brown has pocketed $87 million from this team in guaranteed money already. Why don't you just do your job and not talk so much in social media? And then the final thing is, you know, Don DeSandro has a lot of titles on this football team. Senior advisor to the GM, chief security officer, director of game day coaching operations, but I just like to call him the godfather of Philadelphia Eagles Nation. And this is just one of those, hey, you know what? Never go against the family moments.
Big Dom, taking care of business. Sal Paolantonio, outstanding. You know what I was struck by, though? When Sal said the thing about, hey, you got paid a lot of money, just do your job. You reacted strongly to that, Alex. Why? What was it about that you did not like?
I really liked what A.J. Brown had to say this week. Listen, he talked about on offense, we're not doing our jobs. He's not lying, right? He was telling the truth. He has this big, giant contract. He wants to be included in the offense. He wants to contribute. And they're not doing that right now. They scored 10 points in their last game. Listen, and this is from the last game where he had 2 catches for 13 yards. This is going to be a mirrored circus route for a quarterback out there. This is dealer's choice. You get to pick the side. You're going to see these safeties rotate. All day you should come down here to the bottom. You have a 2-on-1 on this corner, and A.J. Brown is wide open. Look at him. Instead, we throw the ball all the way out to the field. Droops down for an incompletion. This one, A.J. Brown is going to be here in the yellow route on the crossing route. He is primary. It is man-to-man. The ball should go to him 100% of the time here. I want to watch. Look at him run across the field. He might score here. There's nobody covering him. I don't understand why he's not getting it. Instead, we scramble for 7 yards. I understand the frustration. And again, they're not lighting the world on fire. They are not putting up 500 yards of offense. They are 23rd in the NFL this year in yards per game, right? This is a unit that's accustomed to being the top 10. Again, I like them not sweeping this under the rug. I like him with this confrontation. Sometimes it's healthy and bringing this out.
You know, let me take you to what A.J. Brown talking about later on during the season. Don't expect us to put a Band-Aid on it. Now I'm going to take you through the mind of a number 1 receiver. Last year when we looked at the Philadelphia Eagles offense, it ran through Saquon Barkley and A.J. Brown with a little slash of Devontae Smith. Now you're sitting here trying to tell me we're trying to go back and win another Super Bowl, but now our weapons are not really featured. So what A.J. Brown was really saying, I'm not getting in the ball. You heard me talk about opening kicks. Somebody between the 3-headed monster of the head coach, Jalen Hurts, and A.J. Brown need to check their pride in the door. Because let me take you through my philosophy. I don't care, Greeny, what you do during the week. 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock kickoff, that's what I care about. I want to play to win. Yeah. And that's what A.J. Brown is talking about. So when we sit there and look, the plays have A.J. Brown open, get me the football, because later on when it starts getting cold, when it's hard to catch, when it's hard to throw, you know what they're going to expect from the $80 million signing bonus, man? Yep. They're going to expect greatness, but right now we're not seeing it because they're not getting him the ball. I said earlier, if you want to fly, Eagles fly, you got to get A.J. Brown the ball, man.
When does it matter how much a player gets paid when it comes to championships? Okay, I mean, earlier in the season when the Giants ran through the Eagles' defense and they looked terrible, I said on this show, they looked satisfied. That one was enough. Well, here's a player that's not satisfied.
He's not.
And I respect that.
Yep.
You do have a championship in your pocket. You got a lot of money in the bank account. It still doesn't matter to him. What matters to him is, I see that was a 10-minute press conference availability at AJ's locker. I listened to the whole thing, believe me. And he's talking about how well the defense is doing, you know, how great they are playing, and he wants to just pull his weight. The offense should pull their weight. You need to be pushed internally, to win back-to-back championships. You have to be pushed by your players. They have to come in. There has to be controversy. There has to be weeks like this when one of your best players said, it's not good enough, guys. None of this is good enough, because he has a goal that's beyond just catching footballs. This guy wants another championship, and I respect that.
Yeah, well, here it is. First off, I would say this is the coach's job. The coach is the guy that should set the message for the entire football team, right? Not a player. Because here's what it looks like. The player looks like he's all about the individual. That's what it looks like.
It does.
Okay.
It does. It does.
And for that, it's like, okay, it's good enough. We got our Super Bowl ring. Great. Well, if it's about individual, go play tennis. All right. This is the greatest team sport there is. Go play tennis if you're worried about individual numbers. The truth of the matter is you're getting targeted as many times this year as you did last year percentage-wise. Okay. It just ain't working out. Okay. We get it. Now, look, I am going to say this. It's going to look like it made a hell of a difference, because he's going to get 20 targets today. I would not be surprised. Why? The Detroit Lions play man coverage 57% of the time. And it doesn't matter that both their starting corners are out. They'll still play man coverage this many times. All right? AJ's average depth versus man coverage, 11.1 yards per route versus man coverage. Second highest in the National Football League. It's going to be bombs away.
Rex,
so it's going to look like this. Go ahead.
You say it's a coach's job.
Absolutely.
If it's still the coach's job, then what you have no leadership in the locker room. So there comes a point, Rex, we have to take it from you. We have to. Yeah, you still got the message, right? But we have to take it from you, and then we have to put it in the locker room and know what you want, and say we'll do this ourselves.
It doesn't need to leave the locker room, Brew. And you guys know there's times let the public perception and message needs to come from the face of the franchise, the head coach. I think privately, of course, you guys take it.
Yeah, but there's a void there, Rex. Listen, I want to flip this on you. If you were coaching a defensive unit and your team won 45-42 and your defense got shredded, there's no way that entire next week you get up to the podium and you're not irate about your unit. And I don't think you'd expect your starting middle linebacker to be happy either. So here's this receiver. The unit is struggling.
He would have way more respect
10
for
points.
me. In my opinion, he would have way more respect for me because I'm going to sit back and say that was horrendous and it's with me. It's on me. That's what the coach should do. It's on me. I will get this thing fixed. All right? AJ doesn't need to do it. Just go be a great receiver, man. Be a great receiver. That's all the hell you have to do.
How do you expect this man to be great? I'm only going off what I saw last week. He only had 3 targets last week in a big game against the Pack.
Yep.
You know, so you sitting up here like Rex, okay, if he has 3 or 4 targets today and catch 2 or 3 of those targets, are we still talking about A.J. Brown still wanting to be an individual?
No, he's going to get 15 targets in this game.
Are you sure of that?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely, I'm sure, because sometimes the defense dictates what the offense is going to do. Look, they were worried about the pressure that Micah Parsons and company were putting on the quarterback. And if it wasn't immediate read, Jalen struggled a little bit, and he made it to where I've got to protect the football.
This guy's the best slant runner in football. Throw him 5. If we're worried about getting it out quick, let's throw him 5 slants a game. What are we talking about?
Listen, Alex, I'm saying this. It's not about getting the ball. The stats say he's getting it as many times as he did it last year. It's about him with this message. The message needs to be driven through the coach, not the player. Whether it's A.J. Brown or Alex Smith or Randy Moss or Teddy Bruce, it makes no difference. I, as a coach, should take that responsibility on, and you should know I'm going to take it.
We don't hear that from Nick Sirianni. We just don't hear that right now.
But that's
the issue.
I just wrote down 15 targets today to A.J. Brown, and I bet see it coming from my head coach, D coordinator.
That would be a huge game
you got it.
that they play against the Lions. All right, so let's see what else we have. You know, what's another huge man, Rex?